My Lords, I'll do my best, and I begin by adding my thanks to the noble Baroness Lady Hollis for introducing this debate and doing so in a speech that was both powerful and elegant. My Lords, it isn't just the road to hell that's paved with good intentions. I often thought of that when, as a constituency member of Parliament, I was besieged by constituents who fell victim to another good idea, the CSA. And any member of Parliament who remembers that knows that it is difficult to get it right. Now, my Lords, I don't doubt for a moment the good intentions of those who brought in universal credit, but, my Lords, they have not got it right. Last week, I entertained to lunch a godson of mine who is a vicar of 2 parishes in a very deprived urban area of Lancashire. And we talked about some of his problems. And I asked him to give me a few examples for this debate, something specific from the coal face, and he's done so. He says, to manage the flow of clients, each person is given a day and time to sign on. They're sanctioned, and we've heard about that already, if they don't sign, or try to sign at a different time. In August, the DWP computer went down for about an hour. All the claimants who should have signed on during that period clearly could not do so. Each was sanctioned. About a year ago, every claimant on one particular day was sent a letter with the wrong signing-in date. The times were correct, but the date was wrong. All clients arrived at the correct time, but 1 day late. The staff openly admitted the error, but they were all sanctioned. There are countless cases, he said, of people being sanctioned for missing appointments, and probably they received their appointment letter after the date of the appointment. Staff at the job centre receive a bonus if they can move people off universal credit. The intended method is clearly for them to help clients to move to gainful employment. That's very good. But the staff have targets. And we have evidence, he says, of people being sanctioned and or denied credit with no apparent reason, because they can always appeal afterwards, which can represent months with no money whatsoever. A young lady moved to a different address. The job centre was informed. Initially, her post was sent to the new address, and then inexplicably the young lady was sanctioned because they'd been sending things to the old address. My Lords, this is a catalogue of human errors, but it's also a catalogue of human misery. He tells me of another case. He said of a very bad case where a man in his mid-40s who suffers from learning difficulties and mental and physical illnesses was homeless but still in receipt of benefits, not universal credit. He found a private landlord who was willing to offer him a property with no deposit. Upon applying for housing benefit, he was told that because of his change of circumstances, he had to make a claim for universal credit. This took 14 weeks for processing. The landlord was unwilling to wait that long for rent, so the man became homeless again. And he goes on. My Lords, this is something which we really should not, in a civilized age, accept. I do not question the integrity or the good intentions of any minister or any worker in any office. But, my Lords, the fact of the matter is that we should remember that old adage, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But, my Lords, this is broke and it needs fixing. And I would appeal to the Chancellor next week to set about the task of fixing it.